Woo, goodness gracious, the struggle bus is real when software is involved. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Carolina Keith here. I don't need these headphones anymore. Much better. Man, let me tell you what, the struggles of live streams. Bro, when you try to set up something new and it's supposed to work and you click on it and it just goes, yeah, it doesn't work. It's like watching the robots run out of battery and they just die down. That's exactly what happens every time. I tested this beforehand. Oh, well, the show goes on. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to Crypto After Dark. Give us some applause. Yeah, some applause. So good to see everybody. Got interesting things I want to talk about tonight. A lot of people have asked me, do I think this is a bull trap? Do I think this is not a bull trap? Do I think this is a liquidity grab? Do I think this is short-term relief? What do I think? Well, let's talk about it tonight. I'm about to break out a new piece of paper. Yeah, like that. New piece of paper. But first, if you haven't done so, go hit like. They're free here. They don't cost anything. I love it when people hit the like button. Why? Because YouTube helps us out when people hit like and they move us up the algorithm chain so that this stream doesn't have to be hot trash anymore. All right. So if you haven't done so, we just started this today. 2 free months in the Discord. You literally, all you have to do is sign up and you get 2 free months in the Discord. Where do you sign up? You sign up with the Launch Pass link. What is the Launch Pass link? Well, I got you right here, bro. There you are. Here's the Launch Pass link. The link is in the description of the video and also right there in the chat box. There's even a little short video right here to tell you how to set it up. You put in a card number. If you want to cancel within the next 2 months, you can cancel and walk away scot-free. Doesn't cost $1. We want as many people to get in our Discord as possible, to learn as much as possible and soak up as much as knowledge as you can possibly get. We have a special guest tonight, Win Mullet. Welcome back, brother. Drink into that. Win Mullet is one of the original guys who put me in check a long time ago. Oftentimes people ask me, how did I learn? What did I learn? Well, he's one of the people I learned from. No nonsense, no bullshit, punch you right in the mouth with honesty. And that's a big thing that I had to learn to grasp, was the harsh reality that I was wrong. All right. It took Win Mullet to kind of smack me in the head and get my mind right. Right. So once he did that, everything really started to develop in a much better, more uniform way for me. Couldn't be happier about it ever since then. So what we'll do is say thank you to Win Mullet because he's up. Oh man, jalapeno, $10, bro. You didn't have to donate. Thank you though. Every time somebody donates, we take a drink. Oh God, it's 8 o'clock and I'm already drinking. The hell with it. Oh, I haven't drank in a while. Oh goodness. So anyone who doesn't know, when you donate on here and you do a super chat donation, that money gets 100% donated. The next thing we're doing for donations is we're going to build a well in Laos. We're going to build a freshwater well for people who do not have any fresh water. What is your favorite influencer doing? Tell me more. Anyway, let's say hey to everybody. Excuse me. All right. Miss Kelly Slade, what's good? How you been? When Mullet's here. Scott Hoyman, what's good? I don't do much Twitter anymore. No one like mine neither. That's pretty good. Mateo Crew Jones, what's up? Thor's Hammer, what's good, brother? Drew Bavin, he said, hey, thanks for your knowledge and sharing. Love your videos. Catch you for the first time. Well, welcome to the show, brother. Glad you're here. Click this over and share this out on social media, and let's get this out to as many people as we can. We do an early show every once in a while, and this is that every once in a while. Why? I only have one kid tonight. Fiance's out of town. I have the night to myself. After this, we're going to do Zoom over in the Discord for all the unlimited members. First 100 who get in anyway. Then we'll be going to doing that for all hours of the night. I want everybody to give me like a 5-minute break after this because I got to put my kid to bed. And then after that, we'll Zoom. Okay. All right. So who's that? What's up? Good to see you. Sun Heights. Been talking to him a good bit. He's a member in there in the Discord. Gruesome Man. Good to see you. Mr. Mac. What's up, brother? Mac. Old School Ruben. What's up, bro? Aiden Ward, what's up? Good to see you. 2 a.m. here. Good time to drink, right? All right, so let's dive into it. What is a bull trap? People ask me this all the time. How do you identify a bull trap? What is a bull trap? Well, bull traps aren't really that complicated. It's pretty darn simple, in fact. Essentially, what you're doing is running back to resistance. After you've fallen under support, that support then becomes resistance, whatever line that is, it doesn't matter. You run up to resistance, you give it a tap. It feels good short term because, hey, you know, when you get down on those low time frames and those 5-minute charts, oh my God, it's moon soon, right? Problem is when you take a bigger picture and a more broad look, you start to see the harsh realities that it hasn't really done much. And that's the case for all markets, not just crypto or traditional equities or bonds, futures, options, doesn't matter. All the same, bull traps work all the same way. Forex is perfect for this. So do we have a bull trap here? Not yet. Okay. In order for this to be a bull trap, we've got to run up and hit some major resistance here. Where's our next major resistance line at on Bitcoin? Well, looking back in history, major resistance is all the way up here. All the way up here around 30,000-ish. Now, are there other barriers to progress in the way? The answer to that is absolutely there are other barriers to progress in the way. What are they? Well, they're that red line that you see right there in the middle of the screen. That red line is the weekly 200 moving average. 200 weeks, I'll average together, put in the line form. That weekly moving average, the red line, has never broken on Bitcoin for more than 7 weeks. Ever. 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 It's never broken for more than 7 weeks. As you see, it has been many more than that. It's been roughly 26 weeks of failure underneath the 200-day moving average, or 200-week moving average. How much longer can this last? What's up, Terry? Good to see you. What's up, Jinx? Place a lot quieter during the bear market. Yeah, I'm still here the whole time, though, Jinx. Isn't that amazing? All through the bear market, we're still here. We're still doing our thing. Still making money by shorting the whole time, by the way. So, and this is stuff that anyone can do. Anyone can do this. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I am living proof. So, the 200 weekly moving average provides support and or resistance depending on whether you're over the 200 or under the 200. In this case, on the weekly, we're very much under the 200 moving average. Like, I don't know how else to put it to you. That's resistance. Where is that resistance? Well, I've got a white line drawn right there with yellow writing on it that says 200 moving average. That white line sitting at about 23,750. All right. So if you're asking me, where do I think this potential move can go over the next several weeks? There's my answer. 23,750 to 24,000. Is that a bullish market? On the micro, yes. Micro meaning small time frames, yes, that is a bullish maneuver. Is that a bull market? The answer is astoundingly and rather easily, no. That is not a bull market. All you have, if you run up and hit that 200, is a bull trap. This is resistance. If it runs up and hits resistance and fails, you've got more bear market. In fact, all you've done is continued on with what you already had happening here, which was bearish across the board. More and more and more. Now, is that possible to happen in either direction, go up and hit the line, or is it possible that it breaks that line and keeps going? Absolutely. It's possible that it breaks through this 200 weekly moving average and goes right on up higher. Would I like to see that? The answer is absolutely I would like to see that. Are you kidding me? Everyone wants to buy spot. No one wants to have to do leverage trades. Everyone wants to be able to buy spot trades and make money. So I'm on team everybody. I want to be able to do the same thing. Does this look to me to be a bull market? No, it does not. In fact, it looks as though we're just testing resistance. I know that hurts some people's feelings. If we break 24,000 and we break that weekly 200 moving average, it's going to soak up a lot of effort to get through it, first of all. And if we break that, it's got to come up and go through 32,000. Will that be a bull market? No, it will not be a bull market. It will be nothing more than a continuation of slapping the trend and failing. Fully possible that it happens. I just don't see it right now. Eventually, yes, I think it does get back up there. I don't think that's now. And I'll go through some of the reasons now, kind of step by step here. Let me answer some questions first. Thank you, by the way, Jalapeno. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Thank you. I appreciate the hell out of it. What is the 200-day moving average called on TradingView indicators? So, great question, Kelly Slade. You have two choices. You can use one of the standard indicators up there in the indicator slot right here. Okay. Or you can go over to our Discord where we have custom indicators as part of the paid membership. You get custom indicators that have everything built in for you. If you don't want to do that and you don't want to come hang out with us, that's cool, Kelly Slade. I get it. Not many women like me, so it's fine. I know, right? Or you can just type in indicators up here, and here's a free one that everyone can use. It's just not custom. And another thing is, if you don't pay for TradingView, you're going to run out of spots to put indicators. So we have compressed indicators over in our Discord that help you fill up your slots and your indicators with many, many, many indicators rather than just one. So if you do 50, 100, 200, right there you go. 50, 100, 200, 350, MA, not EMA, MA. Okay, that's moving average, not exponential moving average. Then you'll have a choice once you click on it, what color you want to make it. I just use red because that's the way I learned. You can change it to the color that you prefer. I prefer to not. So I prefer to keep it red. Just me. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, it's all correct. Okay. 200 MA will continue to walk its way down. Yeah, that's a great thing to think of, right? I'm not sure whether it goes walking its way down or it goes sideways or what, but sideways ain't up. So this is the thing. It feels good short term, and I would agree. I understand. It feels good short term. It feels nice to have this happen, right? Feels good to finally see some up after all that down and sideways. But please manage your expectations and manage your emotions because it can get bad. What are the lines that I have drawn here for you? This white line that I've got drawn right here is the historical trend line for Bitcoin that it stayed over for 9+ years. And it depends on how you draw this. It's subject to you drawing it the way you want it, whether you say it's testing the bottom of it there, or if you pull it down here and you say, no, it tested the bottom there. Either way, it's not over that trend line. You have to manipulate it to make it feel like it's over that trend line. I'm not cool with manipulating stuff. I just like to call it straight. Another key marker here, from peak to bull run to peak to bull run, is about the same amount of time every time. We're not even close to that yet. We're not even close to the point where it starts to say, okay, time to go back up. 2024 is the next halving. That gives us a whole year plus of fooling around before then. We almost always have a pre-halvening sell-off. Almost always have a pre-halvening sell-off. To think that won't happen this time is foolish. It's foolish to think that that won't continue to repeat. In fact, it being under the 200 weekly moving average like this gives me even more pause because it's never done this before. Whenever I see some historical event like this happening, it immediately makes me go, hold up. Why is this happening? I don't like that. And until this changes, I'm to believe it keeps going and doing what it's doing. I don't want this to happen. I want this to go up. Like I said, I just don't see it in the cards just yet. Let's look at total market cap. And everything's red today. Everything was up yesterday and then came right back down 3%, getting rejected. You know what I mean? And on the daily, let's look at the daily real quick. All I have up here right now is the 200 moving average. I'm going to add more with our custom indicator, the Assassin's 3-for-1 indicator right here. That's 8 EMA, 21 EMA, 50, and the 100. That's all three of the ones I just told you, plus two more. Plus this indicator also has the Ichimoku cloud built into it. So there's three things compressed all into one. It's awesome. So, let's see. You remind me of many of my friends. Well, awesome. TA is not a dirty word. That's right, it's not. Cycling Cotton, what's up, brother? Good to see you. So, do I have this on? Let me make sure I got this set correctly. I might have this set the wrong way. Yep. Hang on. Let me change one little detail here. There we go. All right. So, while we've broken the yellow line, which is the 50-day moving average, which is a good marker for whether or not you're going sideways or down short term, it's broken over that, but it's stuck under the blue moving average, which is the 100-day moving average. This is what I talk about trash being in the way of progress. Right here you go. Next, remember I said the weekly 200 moving average shows you whether you have a bull market or a bear market? Well, the 200 daily moving average kind of gives you an overall feel of whether you should be buying or selling, whether you should be long or short. Are we under that red line above there? Absolutely we are. Therefore, to think that we're suddenly bullish is foolish. You're way under the 200-day moving average. In fact, you're a mile away from it. Now, is it possible that this 200-day moving average continues to work its way down as the price goes up and sideways, slowly consolidating up and up and up? Yes, it is. However, we want to see that 200-day moving average break and hold, not just jump over it for an hour, but break and hold for an extended period of time. Okay? That hasn't happened. Until it happens, I can't say, yes, go, go, go. Just doesn't make sense. Okay? It's more safe. It's more safe to understand it's not quite time yet. And I know people are going to rag me for that. In fact, there are people talking shit to me right now on Twitter. Former people who were in our Discord are talking shit about me right now. Now, I've only ever kept it real and given facts. They're going to give you a twisted, distorted version of that because they don't even know all the details. I'm just giving it to you straight. All right. So let's go to total market cap real quick. That was Bitcoin. Total market cap looks eerily similar. Why is that? Well, 41 or 42% of the total market cap of the entire crypto space is nothing but Bitcoin. And if that's the case, it's going to look pretty darn similar. Here, this one is not even broken the 382 fib or the 50 fib or anything. It's just kind of stuck there hovering, not doing much. So what are we to expect here? It's fallen back down into the range between 236 and 382. It's stuck in this range here between this level and this level. Until it can break out of this level and move up, I expect more of this chop. Next, in order for it to get to the 200 moving average, which is way up there, this RSI, which is relative strength index, is going to go all the way up here into the dark shaded zone. What is that zone? That zone is overbought. When something is overbought, what do you think we should do? Sell. That's right. You've bought too much. Now it's time to sell. Inversely, when you are oversold, down here, that's when you buy. Is it time to do that? I don't think so. I don't think so in either direction. Now, have I bought some things? Yes, I did. I bought a couple shit coins. Absolutely. And I made some percentage on them already. I bought SHIB last night. It ran up 9%. I cut it and took profits. 9%. Well worth it. Awesome. Let's go. I risked 4% to make 9%. So that was a 2.5 to 1 ratio. Excellent play. And I'm happy about it. I made a little bit on WXT, which is YRX. I made nothing on CRO yet because it went up, but then came right back down. And DAPT USDT, which is a total shitter. I think I'm still flat on that one. So made some money, made nothing on the other two. And then one's just kind of sitting there. So, relative strength index shows us how much strength and momentum something has. While the strength is building, that's great. However, when it goes overbought, it's going to start losing strength. It's only a matter of time. And you can go back in history and kind of see what I mean. Every time it goes overbought, it loses strength right after. It dives down. Almost every single time it dives down. Now, it can stay up and hover up high for a while. And in fact, when things are bullish, you'll see that. You'll see everything stay above the mid dotted line right here, which is the 50 line. You'll see everything kind of stay above that and continue to run up hot and run up hot and run up hot. Then things change and it starts fluctuating really, really hard, consolidating and going down. And this is all the kind of times where you shouldn't be fooling around. You should be smarter than this. This is why we talk about these things on live streams every single week, for everyone to be able to soak that knowledge in. We do this 24/7, 365 nonstop over in our Discord. Why aren't you there? Here it is. Here's our Discord. You can click on that little link right there I just sent. Hop over here. And just like that, you have full access to everything we have. It's free for the next 2 months. If you don't want to click on that link that I just put in the chat right there, here's the Launchpass link. I even got instructions on how you do it. Click on it here and it takes you to the link. You put your stuff in, you get free access. It's fully automated. I don't have to do anything. It's dope. I just say hey to you after you get it done. It's awesome. So back to what I was saying here. Another important level here is this 50 fib. This 50 fib is kind of a continuation zone. If we bounce the bottom of it and fall down more, well, you're damned to continue down again. If you can break the 50 fib and bounce on top of it, you're open to move up toward that 200-day moving average. We haven't even gotten to that level yet. Will it get to that level? I'm to assume yes. I'm to assume it will. Typically, volatility ensues like this and you start hitting these levels. We haven't hit it yet. In fact, what you're going to see now is those same Bollinger Bands we had that were moving very violently. I'm sorry, they were creeping along at first, not doing very much. Now, they started to widen out. Let's see, since they've fallen back under the Bollinger Bands here, let's see if this Bollinger Band start tightening back up again. I don't think they will, but there's a distinct possibility that that could happen, that the Bollinger Bands start to squeeze back together. If we go back to Bitcoin real quick, you'll see that they widened out pretty hard, but if you look at weekly, they're still squeezing together. They're still squeezing. So this thing could just sit here and chop some more. Fully possible. In fact, it tagged the midline of the Bollinger Bands. If you know anything about the Bollinger Bands, you don't want to go bullish on this until it crosses over the Bollinger Bands and starts to go up toward the top of the Bollinger Bands. We haven't even done that yet. This is why I say pump the brakes on all this craziness. One other simple indicator that you can use, it doesn't even involve a chart. You can just go over to Twitter, find the biggest accounts, and see what they're saying. If they're bullish, do the opposite. Do the opposite. Only problem you're going to have is they're never bearish. There's another little clue for you. The fact that they never think the price will ever go down. So, I, as a basic sentiment, when I start seeing people say the bottom is in, the bottom is in, the bottom is in, I immediately start thinking it's not. It's just the way I am. I learned to be pessimistic from guys like Win Mullet, from guys like Andrew, who's over in the Discord as well. Somebody goes over there, give him a shout out, Andrew Foria, over on Discord, just at Andrew Foria, and tell him, hey man, what's up and thank you, because he's part of the reason you guys are even here. And he doesn't like me saying that shit, but I don't care, Andrew. I appreciate the hell out of you, brother. All right, let's go to Ethereum. Back to the chart. Same thing with Ethereum, only you see the bands are a little tighter. It's a little farther along here. It's kind of jogged more, and it bounced above the bands very violently and broke this short-term trend. Now, what do I mean by this short-term trend right here? This short-term trend ran back all the way up to April, chopped down all the way to where it's at now, and finally broke. Now we're back testing this trend line. Do I think this is going to fail? No, not necessarily. In fact, I think there's a decent possibility it continues to try going back after that white line right there some more, which is resistance. However, what did we just talk about with bull traps? How something can bounce the bottom of the line over and over and over again, and that's nothing but a bull trap, suckering you in to buy, looking for exit liquidity so that those guys who bought in a little bit too high can get their way out and take their gains and leave. A bull trap. It's fully possible, all right? I want you guys to be smart about that and not be silly and not fall for things you shouldn't fall for. You can take the bait pretty quick on that kind of stuff. Plus, I didn't mean to do that. Let's pull up fibs here on Ethereum. You'll see that it's already broken the 50 and ran up to the golden pocket right here, which is between 618 and 71. That golden pocket area is crucial right there. You'll find that Bitcoin and Ethereum both like to go to the golden pocket a lot. Why is that? Well, they're more mature assets, and the more mature assets tend to go to that golden pocket area more. Not always, just a generality, but look for it. And I don't really like generalities a lot. However, with certain assets, you can kind of form generalities that make sense. Where can this go next? Well, that white line just so happens to line up with Sniper's Alley. Ethereum doesn't typically use Sniper's Alley or 786. That's the name of all of this, 786. Ethereum's a little bit more prone to the Sniper's Alley than altcoins, which usually go to 786. But there's a distinct possibility that 1650 can get hit here. In fact, I kind of expect it to. If we pull up our moving averages again, you see that this 200-day moving average is pointing right to Sniper's Alley, which is 786, 886, sitting right there, just begging on you to fall for it. Once this gets up here, I want you to look at this RSI. It's already went overbought one time. That quick, just like that, Ethereum ran up to overbought. Is that sustainable? I mean, if you ask me, I kind of say no, it's not sustainable. Can it come down a little bit and then run back up and go overbought again? Yes, it can. I kind of expect that to happen. Again, short-term relief. It feels good for the moment. Gets the blood flowing, gets you feeling good, right? Only to cut you down and take your legs out from under you later. So be careful. We've already played this game back in 2018, 2019. Mullet was there. He knows. He was there. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, watching legs get chopped the fuck off back then. We've come a long way since New Jack City, haven't we, Mullet? Let's see. How is the RSI over underlines determined? They're pre-made. It's pre-made, already set up for you whenever you click on them and use it. Then it's just pattern recognition and watching it happen. When Mullet says, who's that? Most use 80-20 or 70-30 with the 50 midline. Yeah, I use the 50 and the 40. You'll see me use both of those. 40 for a bottom run, 50 for a top run, and in between 40 and 50 as your moderation level. And I'll show you what I mean here. Right here's the 50 line. Right here is the 40 line. Right about there. And you'll see that we get a moderation when we get into this zone where it just kind of chops and gets stuck sometimes. Now, I say that because crypto is more volatile than traditional equities and stuff. You're going to see this happen more in crypto than you will in forex or in traditional equities like bonds, stocks, and stuff like that. Options. You're going to have this area in crypto get hit more. The 50 line is just a standard line when we get hopping real hard, okay? Especially if we're in a bull market. Look for that 50 line to bounce all the time. And if you go back in history, you'll see what I mean here. We're in August. This is all bear market. But right here, you go. Up, bounce, bounce, bounce. Little dip to 40, but right back up, bounce, bounce, bounce. Little dip down to 40, right back up. And it never really wanted to fail. It wanted to hang on the whole time. And now you see the sentiment has kind of changed. And now it's all under and then back up and then all way under and back up. And that soaks up momentum. And that momentum determines how far a run goes. We want to see that momentum stay up. All right. Crypto. Problem with big accounts, BitBoy, MMC, crypto, etc. They will tweet that BTC will crash and then 1 minute later tweet that it will say the P word. Never they delete the wrong tweet. I screamed. I call it. Right. So that's mostly clickbait stuff. Crypto Ricardo just said that there. That's mostly clickbait stuff. And you're not going to see me do clickbait stuff. I can't stand that shit. It super annoys me. I can't stand the stupid clickbait. It pisses me off to no end to see it. There's nothing I can do about it except just be annoyed, so I try to ignore it. What happens is y'all tag me in their accounts, and every once in a while they respond back. And then here we go. So I've kind of started to learn to not even say anything and just shut up and leave it be. It's a work in progress. I like to speak my mind. I don't like people to tell me what I can and can't say. But I'm trying to get better at it. So anyway, Ethereum did catch this short-term trend right here, and it's actually more than a short-term trend. This goes way back. All right, all the way back to 2016. It's kind of rode this same level right here. Look at that. Isn't that something? So can it hold this level? Well, we're going to find the hell out. I kind of expect it to. It's been a little bit more jumpy than Bitcoin has over the years. It's yielded more percentage than Bitcoin has since its rise to the market. in the same time frame as Bitcoin, Ethereum has outperformed it. Better yet, Binance coin has outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum. Food for thought for you. Lyft, he wants me to look at Lyft. We'll look at that. Yeah, anybody who wants any particular chart or coin looked at, just shoot it down there in the bottom, and we'll get it looked at real quick. That's what we like to do on Thursdays. We kind of do an overview of the entire market. Again, if you've never been here on the channel, please go hit like, man. The more likes we get, the better. We don't do any horse shit here. This is the no bullshit zone. All right. I don't have time for it. I don't care for it. I'm too old and too grown to be dealing with that childish bullshit. I'm not going to sit in here and talk about how bullish something is because they hired or fired somebody. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how wonderful the smart contract is. I'm not going to talk about the white paper or the purple paper or the blue paper. It's strictly charts because these charts run the show. You just get lost in all that nonsense sometimes. And I don't like to see that. We've learned not to fall for that. Here's your chance to learn the same thing. Been here since 2018, 2019 doing this. We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to be here. I enjoy helping people, and I'm going to continue trying my best. Hate me or love me, it is what it is. Amazon. Should we talk about Facebook, or should we just not talk about it? Boy, that's been ugly. Benjamin Sarmiento says, I love that. I love that too. Let's see. Howdy, gang. What's up, Jeremy Monroe? I already had my drink because Jalapeno donated $10 and I already had my whiskey. Let's go. Please look at Adam. Got you, Philip. We shall. All right. Let's start by doing a crypto first. Let's go to Adam. Before someone says, just type, Keith, you don't have to click that. I have 3 screens in here, and if my cursor's on the wrong spot, it types in the wrong spot, and it ruins everything. So, no. All right, so here's the case of Adam breaking, and move that back right there. Adam breaking short-term trend, which I thought it would fail. I expected this to continue to fail that 200-day moving average right there, and I can take that. I already closed my short right here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. I already took my profits on this short. I took my profits 2 days ago or something like that. I forget. A couple days ago, I took my profits. So I expected this to fail this 200 moving average like it did here. Yet it's trying to break and trying to run. It's still under this long-term trend. And if I zoom out a little bit, you'll see this long-term trend. Let me take this off. And someone else asked me about the colors of my candles. This is just how I learned. So this is why I use the colors that I use. When I started in Forex, it was black and white. I'm not going to lie, I had a hard time discerning the colors. It didn't work well with my eyes. So I went to traditional candle colors, which are green and red. And I've been using them ever since. That's why I don't use different colors. My background is black. Why? Again, I'm getting older. So the light colored screens hurt my eyes. And black's nice and monotone, easy to contrast with, and you can see better from your screen. And I do have humongous screens in here. So for me, this super zoomed in stuff is hard to see, but for you guys, you want that. So if I'm ever zoomed in or zoomed out too much, just call me out on it and I'll zoom back in some, okay? It's a problem that I have. It's not a you thing, it's a me thing. This is still stuck under this trend here, all the way back from when the bull market stopped in January. This is the main trend line for Atom, as a matter of fact. Atom doesn't have a humongous fractal, meaning there's not a whole lot of history here in comparison to some other coins. The good news is it's over most of the major resistance, and it did come down here and tag support. I'm sorry, over most of the major support. It did come down here and tag it at the bottom here at about $6. Was that the absolute bottom? Well, we're yet to find out that. I think it may have been, but we don't know yet. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't want to bullshit you. So I'm going to keep it real with you and say I don't know yet. I do know some things. I know it's under that short-term red trend line right there. And I know it's underneath that larger white long-term trend line right there. Neither is good. It needs to break these. Now, again, there is some good news there, though. It did break the 200-day moving average, and all the other moving averages balled up. We're going to see over the next couple days whether this thing can maintain and continue to break levels, or if it's going to start failing and bounce back and chop out. And if it bounced back and chop out, that's a threatening sign toward down. Be careful. If it bounces back down and starts to chop sideways, That's a bearish sign, and I don't want to see that. Be careful. Let's go to lift. LYFT. All right. Lift's still getting hammered. There's two different trends here. Let me take the indicators off. I always start with a naked chart here. No indicators needed to find trends. We're just looking for higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows. And what do we have here? Very clear-cut downtrend. So we'll start drawing some trend lines here and just do the basics first. Okay, we got one right there, and there's probably going to be another one that's pointing out here. Yep, something like that. Got a couple trend lines. Not great for the home team for Lyft in particular. I use Lyft every time I go anywhere, though. I use the hell out of Lyft. I was in Vegas in April. I probably used Lyft 20 different times while I was out there. I like it better than Uber. It's a little cheaper, and I don't know, I just like it better. The app's easier to use. So let's put a fib on this. So we started with the trend. The trend is down. Oh, well, one more trend line here. I missed that. There you go. 3 trend lines all pointing down. Let's pull a fib on it and see which range we're in, because it does have a little bit of pullback there up to the upside. So 1674 is our first zone break area. We haven't had this zone break area happen yet. It's right there, 1674. It did test it one time and then failed. So we could get down a little tighter with this, and we're going to do that now. Let's go down to daily. When we go down to daily and we zoom in nice and big, we see we have a short-term trend right here that's already failed one time and pulled down farther. I'm to assume this continues until it starts to fail. So let's measure this first one, see what it did. It's a downtrend, so we pull from the top down, and we can see it ran up and hit the golden pocket, chopped out, and died. Where did it go down to? Well, let's see. I bet it did a 1618. Sure did. 1618 is where it came down and stopped. Perfect. Now let's see if it can go back up and break that same trend in the other direction. Starting at the top and working its way down. Looky there, right back to the golden pocket again. Stuck in the exact same spot it was up here, right against the trend line. Not great. Momentum, it's a little better than it was last time, but overall, not great. This needs to break this yellow trend line before I even talk about any turkey here. Pull up the moving averages. You see it's got the 50 and the 100 stuck together. I expect this to chop out and roll sideways a bit. And if that happens, expect more down. Now, it can move up. You see how far away it is from the 200-day moving average. The problem is a lot of stuff is like that, and it can get much worse. And if you don't think it can get much worse, go look at Facebook. I'll just pull it up for everybody real quick. On Monday, we do a Monday weekly roundup call where we have an outlook before the market opens at 8:30 a.m. every single Monday for subscribers over in the Discord. We do that every single Monday. In fact, we're going to start having a Sunday newsletter that comes out as well, Sunday night, which is going to be similar to the Monday Outlook. If you can't come and hang out and watch it, you'll get the Sunday Outlook before that. Now, we talked about this particular chart on Monday morning and what it might be doing this week. If I'm not mistaken, what I said was, while it's up a little bit right now, it can get much, much worse. I expect it to tag that purple line and fail. I didn't expect it to do it this fast, but it happened. It didn't make it to the purple line, did it? It barely even got to the 21 EMA, and then it failed. And then it failed, and where did it fall to? Right to the green take profit boxes that I had labeled already. And how did I label those? Well, I did those with Fibonacci retracement. I already knew these target zones were coming in. That's why those green boxes were there. Fibonacci retracement is complicated. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes explaining it on here, but I have several videos on it over in the instructional videos. And for members in the educational material, there's multiple different readings on Fibonacci retracement and ways to use it. Several different features for you to read and or watch over there in the educational material section. Fibonacci has its own channel in the Discord specifically for information. All right, so what happens now on this one? Well, we got two things. We can pull back up towards 118, which is where this zone break would be, right here. Or we could continue failing to the bottom of the zone, which is down here at 82 bucks. $82 for a Facebook share. This thing had an all-time high of 385. Everyone's going to scream, well, I guess it's time to buy. Do we buy downtrends? No, we do not buy downtrends. We wait for some type of uptrend and get very close to the bottom. That's good enough. That way there's so much less risk. And why is that? Because we're not degenerates here. We're going to take it smarter and a more careful approach, because everyone here is of age. Everyone here now knows I got to protect my money. I have to protect the money that I've got. I can't go blowing everything. That's going to be important when this next bull run starts. And in the coming weeks, you're going to see me talk about some different strategies on the live streams of what I'm going to be doing, or what I recommend other people doing who don't know how to trade do. It'll involve risk management, risk allotment, stop losses, take profit zones, and the like. It's important to have this information before the bull run comes, because a lot of people got tripped up last time and it went really crazy and everybody started throwing tons of money on tons of different coins. I was victim. I know Mullet was victim. Many people were victims of it. Okay. And Mullet just said right there, this is an ugly chart. I would agree. This bitch is ugly. I can't buy this. While I particularly care for the ugly girl with the red Mustang, this is like a 3-bagger. All right. And I can't do a 3-bagger. I'm going to have to, 1 bag is my limit. Okay. It's a little bit too many bags. All right, so let's look at Amazon. All right. So Amazon, I thought, broke over this trend here, and it turns out this trend was correct. I had it drawn 2 different ways on the Monday Outlook. I thought it broke over that trend. Clearly did not. See, I'm not right all the time. I'm wrong plenty. We had this short-term trend right here. It failed, and ever since then has been pulling back pretty hardcore. I got this long white line drawn right there because that was pretty much the bull move that this thing's been making forever on Amazon. Forever. It's been running up and up and up. Let me redraw that. I can draw that a little bit better. In general, up, right? I think you get the point. In general, up. I'll redraw this a little better here. Kind of like that. And you start to see that while it's not perfect, it very clearly failed trend. Did a bull trap, That's a bull trap. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Whoever told me to look at this chart, thank you. That's a bull trap. Watch out, because that same thing can happen to Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. And look what it's done since then. Don't tell me it can't get worse, because I'm going to show you the Facebook chart. Don't tell me what can't happen. I've already seen what can't happen too many times. I'm not an amateur at this. I'm not a rookie at this. I've been doing this shit. Okay? Get with it. All right. Philip says, thank you. Amazon equals 96 in after hours, down 220 billion in market cap. Holy shit. Look at that, dude. Oh my God. It's crazy times, isn't it? Ronan says, clearly bullish. Hey, what's up, educated dummy? It's all good, brother. Good to see you. Business Wire, MRMP Managers LLC has announced it plans to run a proxy contest for the full board control at Barnwell Industries. Okay, well, let's look at BRN. And we'll see what's up. Barnwell Industries. All right, still flat. Struggling with this resistance line right here. If it can break this, we can talk about some more up. Now, we did have some pretty heavy movement up in the past, 2021. Looks like the market kind of took it up. But that's failed and jogged sideways. What's happening is this thing's forming a Bart Simpson here. Be careful, because the other side of Bart Simpson's head's flat. Okay? I'm not saying that's going to happen immediately, but that's what's forming if this thing doesn't hurry up and break this resistance level. It's fully possible. In fact, this thing is way down. This resistance level is key here. Be careful. Let's see. MRMP. MRMP. I don't have that ticker. I just got the Barnwell one, which I'm not totally sold on until it breaks it. Yeah, until it breaks levels here. Please, what are your thoughts on the dollar index? Excellent question. Let's look at that. Shall we? And we shall. So, want to see another bull trap? All right, folks, here we go. This thing broke the trend, and I haven't drawn this trend line perfectly. I'm just trying to get close right here. In fact, you could argue that this trend line comes out here, whatever, but it just so happens that this thing lines up perfectly like that if you come back here and fiddle around with it a little bit more. Okay? I'm just trying to get close here. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Nonetheless, this looks to be testing the bottom of this white trend line right here. And if we take that into account with the moving averages, which kind of act as rolling support and resistance, you got a lot of buildup right here around 110.84. Meeting minutes come out next week. What do you expect? Do you expect bullish or bearish? We don't know. We're going to find out. It's failed the 50 moving average. It's pointing toward the 100-day moving average. Those three green boxes, I anticipate at least one of those gets hit. At least one of them. It looks like the middle one. Okay. We'll play the ball as it lies from there. Can it rebound from there and then move up more? Yes, it can. In fact, I think if there's some sort of something, that 122 can still happen up here. And I've erased it because I erased this chart and started over. But I think 122 is still a possibility. And that sounds outrageous. I know it sounds outrageous. It may be on down the road now because we've clearly started a downtrend. And you can tell this is a downtrend because if you pull this down through here like this, we're under. In fact, anything under this trend line is a little bit spooky. We have a bit of a death triangle there. Does that mean charts will go up in crypto? We've seen correlation, and then sometimes it doesn't correlate. We've got to play the ball as it lies. BNX. BNX USD. All right. Really, really, really gnarly candles here. I immediately shy away when I see a chart like this based on those candles. That is extreme volatility if I've ever seen it, and it's already made a hell of a run up. Goodness. Let me back out of this. Look at weekly. Let's see. All right. Yeah, let's stuck in Sniper's Alley. So this is tough. 138 is a level of confluence here because that's the other side of Sniper's Alley at 786. If we fail 138, more down coming toward 112. If we can hold 138, we can retest 182.90 again. But that's tough because the volatility is extreme on this chart. It's already done a ton, and most haven't done this. So since that's the case, be very careful. I wouldn't touch this one because it's already done more and already kind of went whack here. I kind of shy away when that happens. Need DXY to keep coming down. PHP USD. PHP. Oh, the Filipino dollar. Yeah, man, it's getting crushed. It's absolutely getting smoked. And then not only this one, I think the Mexican peso is way down too. That's getting crushed as well. I think it's just the fact of the U.S. dollar coming back up and nobody expected it to happen, right? It's like they didn't plan for it or whatever. We kind of expected it to do it at some point. When they start talking about quantitative tightening, you're talking about pulling money out of the market, supply and demand. Take stuff away, it's worth more. Put more of it out there, it's worth less. There's a reason that Hondas only used to cost $1,500. There were so many of them out there and they ran forever. Well, guess what? They're not quite as rock solid as they used to be, and they cost more now. So there's not as many of the good old ones out there. And now they fall apart more, so be careful. Got 5 more minutes. Let's go through some of the top assets here and breeze through those because people are going to ask. How about Binance Coin? Binance Coin with a similar look broke the short-term trend right here, peeking its head over like it wants to do something. Outperformed a lot of assets, honestly. This is what the same thing that Atom's doing here. Only Atom hasn't broken this line where Binance Coin has broken that line. Managed to hold that support, and heads up, everybody. This is the main trend line for Binance. So watch out. Important levels to break for Binance Coin. Right in here. That's a crooked line. Hang on. Right about there. That's 335, 340. That's going to be a key level because that's where upper resistance starts, and you could get a bearish retest or a bull trap. Okay. It's fully possible. Be careful. One step at a time. All right. This is over the trend line. Let's look at the momentum here and see if it's got any left. Yeah, it's got some strength in the RSI left. MACD is turned up and pointing up. That's good. Let's look at the moving averages. It's stuck under the 200. So we're right pinned up against the moment where we say, okay, it's time, or I don't know. Do we get a back test of the trend line here? Or do we break through the 200 first? These are the moments where I stop and wait and say, not yet. I want to see it break this 200. And then I'm saying, okay, broken the 200. Now we're talking turkey. Now we can think about getting a little bit more serious here. Turtle head. BNX looks to hit the 200 around 130. There you go. Any chance of a recovery soon on Solana or Aptos? Aptos, I wouldn't mess with. It's too new, so I'm not even going to touch it. Solana. All right. Solana, similar situation, not quite as great a performer as some of the other ones. It's still stuck here, kind of pinned under a couple trend lines, under the 50 moving average, where other ones are up over it and into the 200 already. This one hasn't done it yet. Does that mean it will do it? Maybe, maybe not. This looks like a falling wedge to me. So it really depends on which way it breaks. If this breaks north, then I expect some sort of directional toward the 200 movement. If we continue to stay flat, then there's a chance we roll over and play dead here. This is the only support for Solana that we're at right now, and it's not great. So let's be very cautious. Resistance is so far away here. This chart reminds me of the King Shitter QKC from back in the day, where just because resistance is way up there doesn't mean we're going to run to it. Okay? It kind of requires sentiment and momentum. And while there's a little bit of sentiment, there's a very small amount of momentum right now. Okay? If the big money was already coming in, then you would know it. And it hasn't. Be realistic, folks. All right. So FTT. All right. Same thing for FTT, similar position, a little bit better than Solana, not quite as far along ahead. Stuck under the pivot still, needs to break above it to get up toward the 100, and everything's pinching down really aggressively here, so it might not perform as well as others. You can kind of see, look, right there, Win Mullet, wouldn't touch Solana right now. There you go. It's just not worth it to freak out yet. So a lot of people are going to tell you the opposite, and I'm not going to do that. Just not going to do that. Bro, Mullet, we gotta go play golf sometime, dude. I'm kind of itching to play golf because it's starting to get cold here. Now the grass is turning brown. I gotta get south and play some golf. A lot of charts look like this. Be patient. Thank you very much. Patience is a virtue, and it's key to what we're doing. We teach a lot of this stuff over in the Discord for a reason. Don't freak out. Bide your time. Don't overbuy. Okay? There's no reason to go risking 100% of your portfolio just because one chart looks good. I recently bought some assets. I put 11.25% of my total assets at risk. And that was just in my, I say total assets, trading assets at risk. That's all. That's all I was willing to risk. Why? Because it's too early to start freaking out. Can you get lucky and buy the absolute bottom? Yes. How much luck does that require? A lot. So instead of being lucky, how about we just be better than lucky and be good? You don't have to be great. Just be good. Be smarter with your money than everyone else. Again, our Discord is totally free for the next 2 months. All right. The link is right down here in the bottom. Come join us, hang out. It's free for 2 months, folks. The amazing amount of education that's in there from the smartest people in the space that I've been around who will actually hang around with me and talk to me are in there. Custom indicators that make your life so easy. All right. Tons of information of different strategies from different people. Scalping, leverage trading, spot trading, high time frame trading. There's private chats to talk. There's indicator sections. There's Pine Script talk. There's just stuff to talk about, educational material with. DeFi, we've just put up some recent DeFi sections, and I'm going to be doing DeFi videos tomorrow and all next week to put DeFi stuff on the space in our Discord. And it's common guy DeFi. It's not hardcore, super delta neutral flipping with hedging with long and shorts, and I have to go in there and watch this and monitor this, and it can be better than that. While that stuff's got its place, I think we have our place. So I'll see all of you again next week. Be smart. Look what Mullet just said. Buy late, sell early, you make money. There you go. Make money. You don't have to be the king shit and make every single dollar to get rich. Okay? I'll be back Tuesday, back to 11 p.m. Monday, weekly roundup in our Discord, 8:30 a.m. It'll be in the events tab at the top left corner. We'll be right back then, smacking these charts again. I'll be on the same charts all day tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is what I do all the time. I watch charts. Okay? I barely sleep. So I'll see y'all then. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who come on here. I'll leave you with this. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., it could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me and Win Mullet, which is a treat. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all be good now. Peace.